Invets, who was bidder number 2 for polyethylene nets, and Patek East Africa Limited, bidder number 8 for polyester nets, should have been disqualified at the preliminary phase due to failure to meet mandatory documentation and should not have proceeded to technical, financial, and post-qualification phase. In addition, Chair, Global Fund, after reviewing the recommendations of the Tender Evaluation Committee, reported interference in the process, and this formed the basis for terminating the tender and moving to international tender through wambo.org platform. Global Fund cited the following reasons for retendering through WAMBO. 1, issuing a new international open tender would take longer time. We agree with them. Various gaps that were noted in the procurement process in KEMSA, and we shall have them highlighted by the CEO who is here. The urgency of obtaining the nets to facilitate the launch of the next mass campaign that is scheduled for November 2023. And the need to complete the LLN mass campaign by the end of grant, which is 30th June 2024. Chair, following this outcome, the Ministry of Health has embarked on making our procurement processes transparent and accountable so as to instill public confidence in our processes with key stakeholders who support health programs. Further, the Ministry of Health commits to ensuring the tender guidelines are followed as stipulated in the Public Procurement Act of 2015. Chair, I'm here with the CEO together with his technical teams, and I believe they are ready to respond to further questions that may arise from my submission. Chair, I submit. Asante.
Thank you, CS. CEO, do you have anything you want to add into what the CS has said?
Thank you, Chair. We had prepared a comprehensive brief for the Cabinet Secretary, which, with your permission, Madam CS, I can share with the members of the committee. Which highlights the process of the procurement of these nets from the initiation of procurement to the point that the tenders were cancelled. And Chair, I think I'll begin by saying that these requests to initiate procurement were done by the technical program, the National Malaria Program, in the ministry as part of policy document that was developed that highlights specifications for nets to be distributed in the country, a document that was developed in 2016. So what we shared with the National Treasury for consideration by the Global Fund is attached in one of the addendums that I have already shared, which shows the specifications that we have given. We get in a generic document which was not specific in terms of the kind of net that we require. So therefore, our specifications add both in terms of shape, could either be rectangular or conical nets. In terms of color, could be white, green, or blue. In terms of the insecticide impregnation, could either be PBO or polyethylene based. So based on that, the Global Fund had conversations with National Treasury and settled on the polyethylene net. And we have also attached correspondence between the National Treasury, KEMSA, and National Treasury agreeing on the specifications of the net that were to be procured. Chair, and that attacks as part of the Global Fund feedback on the tender document. Chair, I also have enclosed the process of tendering after advertisement and clarifications or an addendum, where we have included discussions that because there was a tender request for clarifications from various tenderers or potential bidders, which was conducted on the 27th of February, and we have attached in our annexes the rest correspondence. We have also attached correspondence from the Ministry of Health on the 21st of February from the Principal Secretary, State Department of Public Health, which had indicated that there was an error in the advertised tender in that specification on insecticide impregnation that had been advertised had missed the requirement of PPO combination nets, which is inconsistent with the specifications. That this Chair, I must admit that I was at the time the director responsible for malaria and other programs in the ministry. The malaria program, after the advertisement of the program, the head of malaria program raised concern that the advert that had run did not have the PPO nets, the PPO impregnation nets as part of it. I advised him to do a memo to me for the same, on the same. He did a memo, and somehow the memo did not get to my office, but was acted upon by the Principal Secretary. Then that caused now the extension of the tender, which we have also given in the annexes.
So what you're saying is that the advice to the peers to make to request for the amendment came from your office, but you are not aware.
Yes, yes. And I have the correspondence. I think I should be able to share that.
But at the same time, you are the one who told him to do the memo.
He came to my office and told me that the advert is missing the PPO part. Then I asked him.
And you looked at that advert and you found that the PPO part was missing.
Yes. And I asked him to do a memo if he is convinced. But at the program level, we did not have visibility of the communication between the National Treasury and KEMSA and Global Fund on this specifications in terms of the color and I mentioned the other generic specifications that we had given. We had given color would be either conical or rectangular. For color, we had given either blue, green, or blue. But between Treasury and KEMSA and Global Fund, they had settled on rectangular color, rectangular shape, and blue color. And also, in terms of PPO, we had given either pyrethrin or PPO. But between Global Fund and Treasury, they had agreed on the pyrethrin. So at the time, the program, the head of program, did not have that visibility because there was no communication between the program and Treasury or Global Fund at the time that they were settling on which of the nets were to be procured. So his advice was based on he did not have visibility of that interaction. So he expected that as we had given the generic document, that is what would come out. So I advised him to do it in writing, and indeed he did, but somehow did not pass through my office, and the PS acted on it.
If it had passed through your office, you would have forwarded it to the PS.
At that point, I would consult and engage Treasury before I give the PS the document.
Let me allow him just to finish so that we can see clarification.
Yes, the clarification for the PPO.
The global fund.
Yes, except the PPO, whether PPO or pyrethrin.
But the global fund refused the PPO.
The global fund refused the PPO.
Okay. Let's proceed.
PPO, Chair, for the record.
Honorable Leader, you know you came after the PS and the CS has made their presentation. You are here. And when you listened, she said the reason why the global fund did not agree with the re-advertisement extension period is that in the extension they included PPO, which was not a requirement because they did not want it.
Yes.
It was not part of the original. No, PPO was not part of the original.
No, PPO
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was not.
Why don't you
They
answer?
added after the advice from the technical team to the peers.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think this was an extension. Was an extension.
Chair, before PBO was not a requirement for
Yes.
our ITNs.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know that.
Okay.
Just finish so that I know members are burning with questions. Yes. Can we have the CEO sit
Finish.
somewhere closer on the right side of the peers? The camera people are finding it.
Come on this side.
Yes, the right side of the peers.
Look at this. Let me. Wait, Mani, usiende kuzima details.
Yeah.
Usiende kuzima details. Yeah,
I know you are burning, but
yeah,
I
vile nimefanya yangu.
I wanted to give the CEO
the initial and whatever, but once you seek advice from the Global Fund said it should not be included.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And yet now, we have a tender committee which had been constituted by the peers. This tender committee went ahead in its evaluation. In its evaluation, what document did they use? Did they use the PPO, the one with the PPO, the one without the PPO?
Chair, they used